Welcome back. Today we face the final two games of the regular season, and we could be just one game away from a place in next season's Europa League. Hello, it's a very warm welcome to episode 53 of Going Dutch as we try and turn around a Dutch side that's been relegated from the Eredivisie, in this case Waalwijk, and try and return them to the top flight, leaving them as an established side. And this is our journey. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have the final two games of the Eredivisie season. It's Eredivisie match days 33 and 34, and we can put ourselves in a position to qualify for the Europa League. That's one step up from where we were this season, if we can get at least one win today, and that's what we're out to do. PEC Zwolle away from home, and then we're at home against FC Emmen in the final two games. And of course, if that all doesn't work out, it could be playoffs again for a place in Europe. We'll see how that goes. If not, we will be into a transfer special and end of season review in the next episode. And I have to point out, at this point in time, that will be our final season in Going Dutch for this year. And obviously, if people like to see Going Dutch come back for another year, then let me know. But we will be ending the at the end of next season. We will be ending the series, and it'll probably just leave us with one series going into FM25. Of course, assuming it comes out in March, as they have said it will do. If they fail again, then big question marks be held over Football Manager going into 2026. All that coming up, and if you want to keep up to date with everything that's going on with regards to that, then make sure you subscribe to the channel, and make sure that you keep in touch with all that is going on. Right, we have played one game since you were last with us. We faced Vitesse as we try to edge ourselves to a top three finish for the season. How did we get on? First highlight came just 13 minutes in. Rosier scoring from a corner from Varro. It's 1-0. Seven minutes on the clock, and we're on the attack again. Romney coming forward. Romney pulls this back to whoever. Varro to Romney. Romney. Stanovic couldn't get it away, and it's bobbling around there and comes to nothing. Varro, it's a header in again, but nothing come of it. Romney, they're defending well, giving the ball away, but won it back. Varro, Martin Zindi, 29 on the clock now. It's gone all the way back to Vassen, Drambev, Van der Beek. Van der Beek coming forward. Drambev to Varro. Varro through to Romney. Romney finds whoever to Stanovic. Stanovic, and the goalkeeper pushes it onto the post. It's a corner. Varro with the corner. 29 on the clock now. Varro, we have scored from a corner today. Back to the back post, and Rosier at it again. This time at the back post. 36 on the clock. Romney to Van der Beek. Martin Zindi. Martin Zindi back to Van der Beek. Varro. Van der Beek. As we try and look for a way through. They're defending very well. That one gone to Drambev. Drambev now swings it in, and Stewart was brought down. Stanovic profited and makes it 2-0 on 37 minutes. Into the second half, 2-0 at half time. Another throw in. Drambev to Varro. Varro back to Drambev. Romney curled that one in, making it 3-0 on 54 minutes. "56 minutes on the clock. Stanovic with the free kick. Swung in. Rosier, the target again. Didn't get it this time for to Rosier. Rosier into Latonda. Pulls a save out of the goalkeeper. Stanovic with the corner on this side. This one to the back post. Again, looking for Rosier. Romney. Rosier. Varro. Back to Rosier. Whoever. And there wasn't any more highlights. And it finished 3-0. Rosier getting a header from a corner on 13. Stanovic getting the second on 37. Ollie Romney getting the third on 54. We had 14 shots, 7 on target, 2.59 and 71% of the possession. Vitesse only had 3 shots, of which only 1 was on target, 0.23 and 29% of the possession. Rosier picking up a player of the match, an 8.4, 2 key passes, 1 clear-cut chance and a goal to boot. And he did very, very well. And after that round of games, this is how the table looks. Feyenoord are top on 76 with 2 games left to play. They are all but. The goal difference is 18 goals. They're not going to be caught. Feyenoord are champions, all but mathematically. Ajax are in second on 70 points. We are 7 points adrift of Ajax. So Ajax have got the Champions League place. We are in third, which is the Europa League place. And we have that place 63 points with PSV and FC Utrecht immediately behind us on 60 points. They are the only 2 teams that can catch us. So their results today are key in what happens as to whether we manage to get that Europa League qualification or not. Down the other end of the table, we know Groningen have gone. Excelsior are on 23 points. They are 3 points adrift of safety and on a poor run of form. They've lost 4 of their last 5, drawn the other one, as have FC Volendam, who are in 16th place on 25 points. Both of those need to win both their remaining games if they are to stand a chance. And then they've got to rely on Nijmegen losing, albeit they have lost their last 2 games on the trot. But the basically the 2 to go down and the playoff place is between those 3 teams, Nijmegen, Volendam and Excelsior. So that is how it is going into today's games. We face PEC Zwolle first off. They are currently 12th in the table on 37 points. They have won only 1 of their last 5, drawn 2 and lost 2. That is how it is going into today's game. PEC Zwolle at the Mac Park Stadion for that one. Our recent form against them, we've played them twice. Last season we played them, beat them 3-2 at their place, 0-0 at ours, beat them 1-0 at ours. This season, Marley Cruz, the scorer on that occasion inside 8 minutes. Otherwise it was a reasonably tight affair. Let's hope it's not a tight affair today. A similar result to when we played them in the Dutch Cup first round last season would be rather splendid. A 6-2 win on that occasion. Latonda, Listes, an own goal, Beerhout and Lobinger, the scorers. So similar result would be very nice, and make sure that we qualify for the Europa League next season. And before we look at the teams, I didn't tell you about one other thing. We have brought in a player ahead of the end of the season, Lucas Bergstrom. He's been on trial with us pretty much throughout the season. He's a goalkeeper, and we've brought him in pretty much as backup. We'll see, because Vassen is 31, and he may well be dropping out at the end of this season. This is 6.8. He's 6'8" is this goalkeeper. He's aerial reach and communication, reflexes and so on are all pretty good. And he stacks up really quite well. So we'll see how it is. 24-year-old Finnish goalkeeper, 3-star current ability, 3.5-star potential ability. Yeah, we'll see how he stacks up. Vassen, of course, could be the player or the goalkeeper that will make way from him. I thought I'd tell you about that because he could well be on the bench today. And before we again look at the team that will play PEC Zwolle today. Excuse me, hiccuping. We just thought we'd focus on those other teams. PSV and FC Utrecht are the two teams immediately. PSV are playing Feyenoord, which is fine, because if Feyenoord continue the form that they're in, then we do think the only thing to point out is PSV, I think, beat Feyenoord in the final of the Dutch Cup, which doesn't bode well, I guess. FC Utrecht, they're away to Groningen. And as we know, Groningen have only won 3 games this season. Sittard, Volendam and Vitesse, the teams that they've beaten. So we've got to work on the fact that Utrecht will win that game. So we need to make sure we win ours, keep that 3-point gap. And then as it stands, I mean, we've got a 9-goal lead over them on goal difference. So we should be all right in goal difference. It's really down to this game against PSV and Feyenoord that could be the crucial one. Right, without any more to do, let's have a look at the team that will face PEC Zwolle. And here is the team that faces Zwolle in this match day 33 in the Eredivisie. Bassem continues in goals, Van der Beek, Martins Indy and Rosier as the defensive line. Lutonda and whoever are the wing-backs, with Vero sat between them. It's Stanovic on the left today, Peter on the right. Boumassoudi comes in because Ollie Romney has picked up a stubbed toe injury, and Stewart continues to lead the attack up front. On the bench today, our new recruit, Lucas Bergstrom, Rekic, Leveld, Ture, Kongalu, Drambev, Shrivers, Testa, Hansen, Rhine, Kiers and Van Duren. And here we are at PEC Zwolle. They've won 1 of their last 5, playing a 4-3-3 today with a defensive midfielder. We've lost 3 of our last 5, won the last 2 though, playing our usual formation. We're playing in purple and blue today. We are 3rd on 63, Zwolle 12th on 37. And we have a highlight from kickoff, which is unusual. And it's Zwolle getting us underway. Schultz. It's cut out by Van der Beek. Lutonda to Stanovic. Boumassoudi. Vero. As we come forward, Peter pulls it back for Martins Indy. Van der Beek. Lutonda. Van der Beek. As we look for a way through, it's gone all the way back to Vassen in goal. And we try and build again. Vero. Boumassoudi through to Stanovic. Stanovic crosses it in. And Stewart, question whether he's offside. 23rd goal of the season, if it counts. And it will be inside the first minute if it counts. It is a goal. And we take a very early lead. Stanovic. And it was on 56 minutes that went in the back of the net. You'll see the lines now. Not much in it, but he is being played on by the defender here. At the very least. And actually looking at him, I think he's probably behind Stanovic's ball. They have a throw in, a long one at that. 6 minutes in, and it's all bobbling around there, and it was too easy. Garces gets the equaliser 5 minutes after we scored. 6 minutes, if you count it, 7 minutes on the clock. But this was all too easy. It was pedestrian. We just let them run at us, and well, Rowe with a free kick just outside the area. 20 minutes on the clock for Rowe. Swings it in. He's back post, but it's headed clear. Boumassoudi's there to tidy up. And Boumassoudi loses it and wins it back. But Lutonda puts his 10th goal of the season away to give us the lead again on 21 minutes. Well, almost a comedy of errors. It was headed away. Boumassoudi tried to flick it in, and the defender equal to it, but Lutonda after Boumassoudi got himself sorted, profited from the second ball. 37 on the clock. Latonda with a throw into Varro. They've semi-cleared that ball, but Varro, who was that won it back? It was won back by Van der Beij, and we've tidied that up. Varro, Peter, Martins Indy, Varro. Good to go in at half-time with a 2-goal lead if we can. Martins Indy looking for a gap. Couldn't see it. Van der Beij. Stanovic, but Stanovic loses that ball. His first touch wasn't particularly good, and they come at us again. I need to stop this attack. Oh, gone out wide. Berger. It's crossed into the area. And Garces scores his second. And they're level again on 39 minutes. T1 on the clock, whoever, with a throw in, but it was given away. But, tidied up by Rosier to Varro. So when we're looking for a 2-goal lead to go into half-time, offside there from Peter. As I say, we were looking for that 2-goal lead and ended up, it's 2-2. Nice through ball, but offside. They have a free kick. We're in the first minute of 3 added on for injury. Randiers had a shot and just put it wide. Basson with a goal kick. We are in the second of the 3 added on. Van der Beij, Martins Indy, Rosier to whoever. Back to Rosier. Martins Indy comes forward. Finds Stewart. Latonda. Martins Indy we have to replace, of course. His final 2 games for us, possibly, given that he's retiring. Finds Boumassoudi. Boumassoudi's lost that ball, but Stanovic has got it. Stanovic hits the post. Stewart, what can he do with this? He tries, and he's been tackled in the area, and they've won the ball back. Boumassoudi. Stanovic beat the goalkeeper, but not the post. And Stewart just was in the wrong position, really, to follow up. And by the time he controlled it, he was wide. No more highlights in that first half. And a bit of a torrid first half it was too. Took the lead twice, gave it up twice to that man Garces. And he's the thorn in the side. They've had 7 shots, 3 on target, 1.68, 33% of the possession. We've had 11 shots, 6 on target, 1.98 and 67% of the possession. Realistically, we should be in front. They made 1 change at half-time. We have a corner. Stanovic with the corner. Swung in, but headed wide. 49 minutes on the clock. Another corner. Stanovic, Rosier. Couldn't direct it. He was under close scrutiny by one of the defenders. See it again. All over him, actually. But well defended. Rosier couldn't get up, couldn't get direction on it. Latonda with a throw-in. Varro. Oh, it's come back over the woodwork. Whoever there to tidy up. What's whoever going to do with this? He's got a deflection. It's gone for a corner. Ball in. It's headed clear, though. And it's gone for a throw. 63 on the clock now. Martins Indy. Van der Beij. Out to Latonda. Latonda inside to Stanovic. Stanovic tries to get Latonda away, but he failed. And around he is. Now we're in trouble. He's got one in the middle, and he's completely free. And Garces, nobody marking him. Nobody marking him. And he gets a hat-trick. Don't know what to say. And with nearly 65 minutes on the clock, making 3 changes. Bruno Martins Indy is off. Omar Rekik comes on to replace him. We've also replaced whoever who's not having a good day out there. He's been replaced by Jur Shrivers. And our final change is on that right side as well. It's Peters off and Emil Hansen comes on. And with 81 minutes on the clock, we're making one more change. We've replaced Patrick Verreau with Eduard Atesta. 86 on the clock. They have a throw. Defensive throw. And we desperately need to be trying to get back on level terms. Lost our way somewhat in this game. Game we should have really been winning. And that ball through, and they're dangerous. The danger man has gone off. He's been substituted, but that doesn't mean to say they're still not a danger. And another goal now would kill us off, of course. Oh, and into space, and they've scored. He's offside, possibly. Begier, the scorer. And it's been given, and we've lost this game. That is for sure. He was onside. Vassen has been poor. Being played on. Well, it's all over, and we've lost 4-2. Took the lead twice. Gave it up twice, and that man Garces, the troublemaker, scoring 3 goals, 16 shots, 9 on target. They had 2.71 equalised on the goal difference. The only thing on the XG rather, the only thing they didn't have was the possession. But who needed possession when they could win the game? We had 18 shots, just 8 on target. I don't think we got anything in that second half. Quite a poor second half from our point of view. And that Garces picking up player of the match. That's a bit of a knock. Let's see how that leaves us in the table. PSV hopefully have been beaten by Feyenoord. Well, what goes down as a poor day at the office probably could have been a lot worse. PSV, as we thought, had lost to Feyenoord 4-0. Feyenoord securing the Eredivisie title for this season. That's 2 in a row for them, I think. Ajax are in second. They play. Did they play? They played on... When did they play? Have they played? They have played. I can't see the score at the minute. Am I just being blind? Here we go. They lost 3-2 to FC Emmen, our next opponents. That's not good news. That really isn't good news. It's not what we wanted to hear. We are in third on 63, but Utrecht are only 2 points behind us now. So a loss or even a draw. Well, a draw would probably be all right, because if we did get a draw, we'd have 64 points. Utrecht would have 64. They have to score 7 goals to overcome some goal difference. But anything less than a draw, if we lose, we could be in trouble, basically. So we need to make sure that we get a result against FC Emmen. 3-2 winners against Ajax today. FC Utrecht, as we expected. In fact, not as we expected, but they only managed to draw against Groningen, which was to our benefit, in the fact that they would have been level with us had they won that game. But they are 2 points behind as it currently stands. So that's how it is down the bottom end of the table. Yeah, Volendam and Excelsior look likely, I think just purely on goal difference, are going to be fighting it out for 16th and 17th. One of them will get relegated automatically. One of them will be in the playoff. Today, Excelsior drew 0-0 with Volendam, so it was that's how it really didn't do anything down there. One of them needed to win that game in order to close the gap on Nijmegen, who beat FC 20 by 1-0, and have probably saved themselves, definitely saved themselves for this season. So Nijmegen are safe. One of them, as I say, Volendam, is going to be in the playoff for the relegation playoff, and the other one is going to get relegated. Which way round? We will have to wait and see. Right, 7 days down to our final game of the season against FC Emmen. Our recent history against them is quite good. We have, last time we played them at the Bob Lucas, that's the other save mark, at the Mandermakers, it was a 3-0 win for us. Beaten Latonda and Van Duren, the scorers, for ourselves. We then drew 0-0 at the end of last season against them in the Eredivisie, and then earlier in this season we played them at their place at the Oude Meerdijk, and we beat them on that occasion 3-2. We took the lead through Marley Cruz after 3, 2-0 lead after 28. Ross Stewart getting a second, Dirkener, and getting them back into the game, but Boumassoudi made it 3-1, and Oort on 87 give us squeaky bum time as we headed towards the end of that game. Boumassoudi picking up an injury in that game as well. Right, we'll be back just ahead of match day. And so here we are, final day of the season on match day, and the games that matter to us. FC Utrecht playing Roda Kerkrade, and we need Kerkrade to beat them. That would do the world of good. We're playing Emmen, of course, who've just beaten Ajax in their last game. Finalled our champions. Ajax will be second. Nothing to play for there, really. Ajax are at home to FC 20, and finalled our way to Sparta Rotterdam, a local derby then, if you like, and down the other end of the table. Volendam need to beat Vitesse to ensure themselves a playoff place in the relegation run-in, and Excelsior need to beat Fortuna Sittard and hope Volendam step up against Vitesse to get that result to put them in the playoff as opposed to automatic relegation. So it is down to this final game. We've already had a look at the recent history, of course. We just need to keep up that recent good form against FC Emmen if we can. Let's have a look at the team that will face them. And here is the team that faces FC Emmen in this final Eredivisie match of the season, or the regular season anyway. And this is how it looks. Setford is back in goal after Vassen's poor form in the last game. Van der Beek, Martins Indy and Rosier continue in that defensive line. Latonda is in the left wing-back position this time. Shrivers is on the right. Shrivers replaces whoever who is suspended as he's picked up too many yellow cards. Varro sits between them. Toure makes a start on the left-hand side of the attack with Stanovic on the right. Romney is back from his stub toe, sitting behind Stewart up front. Let's hope that they can work together today. And then on the bench, it's a Bergstrom, Rekic, Leveld, Peter, Kongaloo, Drambev, Boumassoudi, Atessa, Hansen, Rijn, Kiers, and Van Duren. And here we are, back to the Mandermakers for our final game of the season. Lost 3 of our last 5, 1-2. And they've won their last 3 games on the trot, FC Emmen. They're in good form. Lost 1 and drawn 1. They are playing a 4-2-3-1 today. We are 3rd on 63. They are 13th on 36. That means absolutely diddly squat, as we already know. Six minutes on the clock. Latonda with a throw in to Toure. Back to Latonda. Varro finds Toure. Toure who's come on today, but it's a tame shot. And the goalkeeper picking it up. Launches a long one, and Rosier underneath it, brings it under control, and we build an attack again. Nice play. Stanovic looked like he was going to lose that ball, but didn't. Varro through to Stewart. Stewart hits the post, and he was offside anyway. It was very quick. Stanovic winning that ball. Varro Stewart just went too early. The free kick from that offside. Latonda wins the ball. Stewart tidies up. Stewart on his own here. Is he going to have a go? He did. Way wide. We have a free kick. I think it's, who was that? Was that Romney on the floor? It was Romney who was down on the floor. We have a free kick on 39 minutes. Let's hope they've not soaked up all this pressure and they're going to try and hit us on the break. PSV are winning. Toure. Is he going to go direct? This is the question. He is, and he scored his 5th goal of the season, and what a time to score it, and what a goal it was too. And on 40 minutes, we do take a lead. Toure round the wall. Goalkeeper coming across for it, and it clipped the post and in. And with that wonderful free kick right on the stroke of half-time, giving us, well, say right on the stroke of half-time, just before half-time, giving us that 1-goal lead. It'd be nice to extend that lead in the second half. 10 shots, 4 on target, 1.15, 62% the possession. They've had nothing, no shots, nothing on target, but don't let that force you into a false sense of security. First highlight of the second half, 46 minutes on the clock, a throw in, and Stanovic losing that ball. But we've sort of semi-won it back. Varro tidying up. Romney tucks it away. 14th goal of the season. And right after half-time, we have a 2-goal cushion. The good news is PSV are winning at half-time, but Utrecht are losing to Roda Kerkrade. And I know that may not change, but all the while we're winning, we're doing our own thing. And that was a lovely ball, and Romney doing very well to put it away. The corner now, 50 minutes on the clock. It's swung in. Another goal now. We'll finish it off. Oof! Martin Zindi hitting the post after Rosier had a go. We'll see it again. Stanovic, it's fired in. Van der Avert heading it away. Rosier having a shot which was way off a target. Hit Martin Zindi, hit the post. 63 on the clock. Rosier with a free kick for Rowe. And they have actually had a shot at target now. It wasn't on target, but they have had a shot, and that's a poor ball. And Shooten is in. It's sort of thwarted a little bit, but we've won that ball back. Romney tries to find Stanovic, but didn't find him. Cut out by Martin Zindi, who could well be playing his last game for us. Latonda goes around his man. Latonda crosses this in, and it's Stanovic putting it away. Question whether he was offside. I don't think he was. Should be 3-0. But obviously checking it is a goal, and as expected, Utrecht have got back on level terms with Roda Kerkrade as well at the same time. Latonda in, and yeah. Stanovic putting it away. See it again. Lines this time. There you go. 72 minutes on the clock. And Romney with a free kick. Is he going to do a Tajano Toure? He's going to have a go. It's come back over the woodwork. And Varro puts it away. And the referee again looking at it. Thinks he's offside. No, he's not. And it's a 4-0 lead. Why couldn't we do this against PEC Zwolle? And with 72 minutes on the clock, making 2 changes. We have taken off Jur Schrijvers and replaced him with Julian Leveld. And the other change that we have made is we have taken off Ross Stewart up front and brought on Stefan van Duren. Latonda out wide, 75 minutes on the clock. Gives that ball up to Balaj. Lammers. Be nice to keep a clean sheet, but that's way off target. Keep them there all day. And with nearly 83 minutes on the clock, making our final 3 changes, we've taken off Dario van der Beij and brought on Terence Congolo. We've replaced Patrick Varro all these players getting tired, not because the way they played. Patrick Vieira has been replaced by Edward Utesta, and Ollie Romney, who's coming back from injury. He's played a good game today. He's been replaced by Torben Rein. 87 o'clock. Utesta, it's off the woodwork though. 3 minutes of added times. Martin Zindi. Last time you might see him, it's a poor ball for Martin Zindi, but cut out by Rosier. Van Duren. Toure gives the ball up in midfield there, but he's won the ball back. Latonda tidying up then. Congolo. 3 minutes of added time. We're about to go into the first of those three. Is there another goal in this yet? This one over the top looking for Van Duren, but it didn't beat the last defender. Oh, clean sheet would be nice. Rosier keeps the ball at bay, but it's pulled back. And they've scored. No clean sheet today. Lammers, the scorer, 4-1. I don't think goal difference is going to be an issue to us. PSV beating Groningen by 5-0 as it currently stands. But we've done what we needed to do. And it's all over. It's a 4-1 win. 20 shots. We had 9 on target, nearly 50%. 3.39 and 67% of the possession. Latonda picking up a player of the match. 3 key passes, 2 clear-cut chances, an assist. An 8.8 for him. He's done very well. Patrick Vieira, an 8.6. So all in all, pretty good day out. They had 3 shots, just the 1 on target, which they scored. 0.39 and 33% of the possession. Just a consolation for them right at the end of the game. Let's see how it's all finished in the Eredivisie. Well, it was a good job. We went on and beat FC Emmen by 4-1 because nobody else was helping us. FC Utrecht in the end beating Rode Kerkrade 3-1. Fine run of 4 minutes in that second half, 51, 53 and 55 to give them that 3-1 win. And they were dangerous, obviously, there. And the other game, PSV beating FC Groningen by 6-0. Excelsior lost to Fortuna Sittard. Nijmegen lost to AZ. So good job they secured that before they do. Volendam beat Vitesse. Volendam still in that playoff place, but just miss out. Just 1 point would have saved them, but they will be in the playoffs. Excelsior will be playing in the Keukenkampioen next season, and that's how it's all finished. A final finishing champions on 82 points. Let's just have a look. I think if we can, go back this way a little bit and then into here. We've got the there we go. So, confirmation of how it all finishes. Excelsior and Groningen relegated. Volendam in the relegation place playoff. The final champions in the Champions League next season. Ajax also in the Champions League by finishing second. We've had our best ever finish in the Eredivisie, finishing third. Finishing fourth last season, third this season. Can we be second next season? Be nice. Only 5 points behind Ajax in the end. And we qualify for the Europa League, the UEFA Europa League. So a step up from last season. And PSV also there by virtue of the Dutch Cup win, of course. Which means, as we did have a quick look, if we go in here now, here are the playoffs. I think this is the European places playoff. You can see AZ and Heerenveen. Utrecht will play FC 20 for a place in that, and then there's the relegation and what have you playoffs going on in there. So the 6 teams from the Keukenkampioen playoff first, and then we'll face Volendam for to see whether Volendam get relegated or if any of these can get promoted. That is the end of our season. There is no extension to the season this time out. We have qualified, so we'll come back with all the up-to-date news in the transfer special and the end of season review in the next episode. As I did say, it is our final season. Next season, we will be pulling the series to a conclusion at the end of next season. Can we do better than this season? Can we do well in the Europa League? We will have to wait and find out. You can join me with finding out who will be playing and so on and so forth in the next episode. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode, though. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button. That keeps you up to date with all future episodes of Going Dutch and our other series, bottom to the top, as they are released. And new episodes of Going Dutch released every Monday and Thursday at 4:15 p.m. The best way of keeping up to date with what's happening on this channel is to follow me on X at JustOffside2. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode. It's going to be episode 54. It's out on Monday. It's a end of season review, transfer special. Join me for that. Until then, don't forget our other series from the bottom to the top, out tomorrow, same time. Otherwise, have yourselves a great weekend. See you on Monday. Bye-bye.